Hi, I'm Alison, and today let's have a chat about preparing for gluten-free travel. I've been eating gluten-free since 2019 under the guidance of a consultant rheumatologist after the diagnosis of an autoimmune condition. Preparation, as always, is key, and it will make the difference from eating food like this, don't even ask, to decent quality food like this. Got to love Italy so much. Anyway, stay around. I'll share some of the tips that I've picked up so far. And if you've got any of your own, any recommendations, please leave them below in the comments. It always helps to be able to communicate your dietary requirements when travelling, and gone are the days where you had a phrase book. Remember those? You could ask a set question but had no idea what the response meant. You can purchase translation cards online, but I just make my own before I travel. It takes 5 minutes in Canva and you have the template to edit going forward. I then store these either in notes or as a favourite photo on my iPhone for easy access when we eat out. Be aware in some countries like Bulgaria, a yes response is a shake of the head and a no response is a nod. Not at all confusing. This is an example where I just copied and pasted the template into Italian. I also have a Translate app open and a couple of phrases saved and ready to go if needed.
Senza glutine.
I'm in the planning stages of a trip to see a really good friend in Chicago, and I'm ready to book my gluten-free meal choices for the flights. So I'm flying out of London Heathrow on American Airlines into O'Hare and returning on British Airways as part of their code share agreement. So let's go book some gluten-free food. So first of all, make sure you log into the airline's website. So you can see the login pointer up here at the top. It should store things like your frequent flyer status. However, it doesn't seem to retain information about food preferences. As you can see here, we're going to scroll down. We're going to look for the information on in-flight meals, where you can see it highlighted here. So click on this button to edit our choices. The website will whir, and then we have our in-flight meal request for myself. So I've checked the flight. It is London Heathrow to Chicago O'Hare. Looking across, we have a gluten intolerant option, which eliminates all food prepared with gluten there. So here are some of the other options. Non-lactose is there, vegetarian or vegan is there. And we're going to scroll back up in a moment and look for our gluten-free option, which needs to be ordered in the window of 30 days to 24 hours before our flight. So let's click on that. Let's save that. And you can see here that it's actually saved and I can make additional changes up to 24 hours before my flight. So moving on to British Airways, this is my return trip. This is an airline I'm really familiar with, living fairly close to London Heathrow. So my first battle was logging onto the website. And if you know, you know, things have not improved with British Airways IT, and I hope they sort it out soon. So again, first thing I'm going to do is log in. All my normal information like frequent flyer status will be saved here. And we're going to move into manage my booking and look at our options to request a special meal. So we're going to click on that, scroll on down, and these are the options available to us. It does always say gluten intolerant rather than celiac. I believe this is for liability reasons. However, I've never had issues with that choice on a plane. So we're going to scroll on down there, make sure that you save your meal requests and you should receive confirmation email. I always go back into my booking either on the website or on the app to check that that is actually saved. From past experience, I would always recommend packing snacks for your flight. There are often issues of food not being loaded, and as you don't get a meal choice, there is a chance you might not like the only option available to you. This happened to me with gluten-free coffee cake, and coffee, even the smell, makes me gag. If you are celiac and the risk of cross-contamination is a real issue, stick with the airline's dietary option. If you are intolerant or avoiding gluten, then a pick and mix approach where you receive the regular meal and avoid the bread or anything with sauce on it may work for you. I always pack snacks and often pick up something from Itsu in Terminal 5 at London Heathrow if I'm flying British Airways. The major supermarkets have such a large selection of free from food that it's easier to find snacks and food that travel well to avoid being hangry when away. Don't forget to look down the non-free from aisles too. I always pick up fruit rolls and rice crackers, which are often located in the general areas of the store. At home, I have a dedicated cupboard for gluten-free food and always have a couple of porridge pots that I can take and add hot water for breakfast. Always bring your own spoon, as the plastic spoons, as well as being bad for the environment, can melt, and I do speak from experience. I also pack other snacks which are individually wrapped. I'll explore more options in a future video. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for your time. See you soon.